Have you ever wondered how a single military deal could shift the balance of power on the global stage? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? Let's delve into one such instance, the proposed sale of American armed drones to India. In the middle of 2023, the Biden administration began nudging India to cross the bureaucratic finish line and secure a deal for purchasing armed drones from the United States. The Sea Guardian drones, valued at a whopping $2 to $3 billion, were stalled in the wings due to bureaucratic speed bumps. The United States, however, was hopeful to ink the deal during the visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Washington on June 22nd. But this deal was not just about drones. It was about a larger geopolitical context. The United States eyed this as an opportunity to deepen its ties with India, a strategic move to counterbalance China's growing influence. America's aspirations, though, were not without complications. India's defense ties with Russia posed a challenge to the smooth sailing of this deal, as did India's desire to manufacture drone components domestically. Moreover, this deal had implications beyond the US-India axis. The Quad, a grouping of 4 nations including the US, India, Australia, and Japan, all operate or have operated the MQ-9B Sea Guardian drones. Therefore, India acquiring these drones would mark an important step in the Quad's collective defense capabilities, further strengthening the ties among these nations. But the road to this deal was not a straightforward one. The interplay of international relations, domestic ambitions, and geopolitical strategies presented a complex tapestry that needed to be carefully navigated. As the world watched, the stage was set for a deal that could redefine many geopolitical relationships. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the impact of this drone sale in our following scenes. So, the deal has been inked, but what does this mean for the world? One of the most significant potential impacts of this drone sale is on the global military dynamics. It's a game changer. The acquisition of these advanced, armed drones will greatly enhance India's surveillance and strike capabilities, potentially reshaping the military balance of power in Asia. This is not just about India flexing its military muscle, it's about a strategic alliance, an alliance that could possibly lead to an arms race in the region. The sale of these drones to India is seen as a clear message to China, a country that has been flexing its military prowess in the region. In fact, the deal could potentially escalate tensions between the US and China, and between India and China. The drone sale could have profound implications for India's defense capabilities. With these drones, India's ability to conduct surveillance and strike operations will be significantly enhanced. This could lead to a shift in the military balance in the region, potentially deterring aggression and bolstering India's defense posture. The deal also has potential implications for India's relations with other countries. The acquisition of these drones sends a clear message about India's military ambitions and its willingness to invest in advanced technology. This could lead to closer ties with countries that share similar strategic interests, and it could also cause unease among countries that may perceive this as a threat. But it's not just about the military implications. The drone sale could also have economic implications. The deal could stimulate India's domestic manufacturing sector, as the country seeks to produce drone components domestically. This could have a ripple effect on the economy, creating jobs and boosting growth. Clearly, this deal is not just about drones, it's about the shifting sands of international politics. But to fully understand the implications of this deal, we need to look at the bigger picture. In the world of global arms sales, the United States and Israel stand as giants. In the year 2020, Israel dedicated 12% of its total government spending to defense, a sum of $22 billion, making it a key global supplier of advanced weaponry. The United States, on the other hand, is the largest supplier of military aid to Israel, providing an impressive $3.8 billion in 2020 alone. These figures highlight the significant role these two nations play in the global arms market, a role that is set to evolve with the recent drone sale to India. Looking at the US-Israel relations, this deal could be a turning point. The United States, traditionally Israel's biggest ally in arms, selling sophisticated drones to India, could potentially alter the dynamics of this relationship. It's a sign that the United States is widening its scope, extending its influence to other nations, and spreading its military technology further afield. Now, let's bring Russia and Ukraine into the mix. The conflict between these two nations, which has its roots in Ukrainian domestic politics and the decline of Russian influence in Kiev, has been a hot topic in global politics. With India gaining advanced military technology from the United States, it could potentially impact the balance of power in this region. India's relations with Russia could be strained, and the dynamics of the conflict could shift. Moreover, the implications could reverberate beyond these nations and their immediate relations. The drone sale could lead to a reconfiguration of alliances, a reshuffling of power dynamics, and potentially alter the landscape of global arms sales. It could encourage other nations to seek similar deals, leading to a wider dispersion of advanced military technology. However, it's important to remember that the implications are not just political or economic. The sale of these drones also carries significant humanitarian implications. As military technology advances and becomes more widespread, it becomes crucial to ensure that it is used responsibly, to protect and not to harm. In the grand scheme of things, this deal could be a game changer. So, what have we learned from all this? We've seen how the sale of US armed drones to India, a deal valued at nearly $4 billion, wasn't just a business transaction. It was a strategic move, one that could reshape military dynamics on a global scale. In the lead up to this sale, we witnessed the US's effort to navigate bureaucratic hurdles, all against the backdrop of India's evolving relationships with other key players, like Russia and China. The deal itself signifies a deepening tie between the US and India, a bond that has the potential to counterbalance China's growing influence. But it's not just about these three nations. This sale is a part of a larger picture. It's a fragment of the worldwide arms sales narrative, a story marked by power, strategy, and at times, contention. It gives us a glimpse into how nations like Israel have developed their own domestic arms industry, and how aid from countries like the US plays a significant role in that. In the world of geopolitics, every move counts, and this drone deal is no exception. It's a reminder that the world is more interconnected than we might think, and that a single deal can have far-reaching implications.